Hi, I'm Tick Nipper. You may know me from my debut on Judge Judy, or maybe from when I starred on that episode of My Strange Addictions. Well, nonetheless, I'm here to tell you about a truly amazing vacation package. This vacation package will take you throughout the history of Europe. Our vacation guides will take you to 10 different periods throughout the history of Europe, from ancient times to right now. And we'll show you a little sneak peek about what each period has to offer. Our first destination on this amazing vacation experience is ancient Europe, from the beginning of time to 476 AD. Let's start off in ancient Greece, where you can have a Q&A event with the father of philosophy, Socrates himself.
Come meet Socrates. This man is viewed by many as the founding figure of Western philosophy. He best became known as a questioner of everything and everyone. His style of teaching involved asking questions until you arrived at your own understanding, rather than just giving out answers himself. This is known as the Socratic method.
Here, let's ask him a question ourselves. Hey Socrates, can I ask you a question?
Can you?
Wow, he's good. Okay, let's see. Hey, what's the meaning of life?
Well, an unexamined life is a life not worth living. So tell me, have you examined your life?
Well, no.
Well, examine it, and what do you have?
Happiness?
So, is the meaning of life to attain happiness?
Wow. He's really good. He always knows exactly what to say. So, I got one more question for you. How do I do good on the AP tests?
I'm afraid I cannot help you with that little one.
Wow. Imagine that. He can answer the meaning of life, but he can't help me with my AP tests. The next thing we can experience is the Punic Wars. Come see the land-loving Romans go head-to-head against the seafaring Carthaginians in a fierce three-part war. Come and witness the Carthaginians lose their dominance over the sea as Rome comes out with a victory, making Rome the most powerful ancient civilization ever. Hey, and get this, you can even come and pet the elephants in Hannibal's army during his attempted invasion. Doesn't that sound like an awesome time? Now that Rome is the most powerful ancient civilization there was, it hosts many of our hilarious and fun games. My personal favorite is Pin the Knife in the Caesar, featuring the most popular and arguably the best Roman emperor of his time, Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar spread the influence of Rome and expanded the Republic through many battles fought and won. He is known as one of the greatest military minds in history. Some other fun activities include fighting against gladiators, participating in the Olympics, and a super fun potato sack race against the Visigoths to end our ancient European experience.
Next time period we will be visiting is the Middle Ages, from 477 to 1453. But before you enter this period, you must convert to Christianity to please the Holy Roman Emperor Charlemagne. And let me tell you, you do not want to mess with this man.
Charlemagne ruled over many territories in his attempt to unite most of Europe and convert them to Christianity. Charlemagne is a very zealous defender of the religion, and he sends all who do not convert to death. But do not worry, the converting is not permanent. It's all just part of the vacation experience.
Oh, here we have a real treat. Many of our vacationers say this is the best event in the entire vacation. Here we can see the Black Death. Here we can see a third of Europe's population being wiped out by this terrible illness. It's truly a fantastic experience for the vacationer. Here's what you can expect.
Oh, I'm feeling bubonic.
The streets are so dirty. There's little poopy in my eyes everywhere.
Really?
The second event of the medieval times are not offered in any other vacation pack. You get to witness not only one crusade, not only two crusades, but 9 crusades. You get to see how the Christians and the Muslims go at it over the Holy Land over and over again. You'll be able to see the fighting up close and see the spread of Christianity throughout Europe. thing you can do in the medieval period is meet Joan of Arc herself and fight alongside her in the 100 Years' War. Doesn't that sound exciting?
The very own patron saint of France will lead you in a simulation of the Battle of Orleans. This woman fought for France and led them in the Battle of Orleans to their first major victory. She was later burnt on a stake, but she contributed to the war immensely.
The next destination on this vacation experience is the Renaissance period from 1454 to 1527. Here we can view the amazing art gallery, paint alongside the famous painters of the Renaissance, such as Michelangelo or Leonardo da Vinci, who was arguably the best painter of the time. The second main event of the Renaissance period is Christopher Columbus's voyage.
We're Indians.
You can spread your diseases, kill off the natives, and terminate an entire population. How fun does that sound? The last fun activity in the Renaissance period is one that'll go down in the books. Come meet one of the most important men in history, Johann Gutenberg, the inventor of the printing press. This invention allowed for ideas to be spread so easily, which made room for progress in Europe. We're all used to pressing a simple button in order to print something, so come learn how they did it back then. It truly is an exciting activity.
Our next destination is the Age of Reformation, from 1528 to 1561. Come meet the two most influential reformers of the time, Martin Luther and St. Ignatius.
Learn about Luther's fight against the Catholic Church and about the creation of the Society of Jesus by St. Ignatius. See their influence throughout Europe, and then experience the consequences. About a decade after the 95 Theses were publicly displayed, we can see the repercussions.
The next main event of this period is to come and meet Queen Mary Tudor herself, nicknamed Bloody Mary during her reign. And this is where you can participate in the backyard Protestant barbecue. Come enjoy some mighty fine ribs while we can see 300 Protestants burned at the stake under Bloody Mary's orders. Oh, I can already sense the fun you'll have. But before we can move on, you must convert to Catholicism, or you'll have to deal with Bloody Mary herself. But once you do that, we can move right along. The next thing we can experience is the Council of Trent. And let me tell you, there's nothing like a bunch of old people telling you what Christianity is. Obviously, your grandparents don't talk about this topic enough. So come and participate in a debate about what Christianity is, and I can assure you, you will not be disappointed.
This is what Christianity is.
No! This is what Christianity is! No! This is what Christianity is!
No! This is what Christianity is.
The next stop on our vacation is the Age of Religious Wars, from 1562 to 1648. Here we can see the civil wars in France, where the Catholics go head-to-head against the Huguenots. Come and participate in the very first event we have in this period, the Massacre of St. Bartholomew's Day. Come and see the Huguenots slaughtered by the Catholics under Catherine de Medici's orders.
God. God. God.
And if you buy the premium package, you can also see the Massacre of Vassy.
Come meet Catherine de Medici. Catherine de Medici is known for dealing with the Catholic versus Huguenot civil wars in France. She is the most influential voice of this time period in France and plays a huge role in the civil wars as she tries to maintain peace and tolerance in the country. She is usually blamed for the massacre of St. Bartholomew's Day as well.
That was exciting. The next thing we can expect is the 30 Years' War. Come and see the Catholics and Protestants go head-to-head again in a brutal, dirty war. This war is called a dirty war because of how both sides went out of their way to take as many lives as they could in this 30-year conflict. Before the end of the 30 Years' War, let's take a turn and meet the King of Spain, Philip II himself, and his influence during this period.
Come see Philip II himself. See his influence on the wars of religion, especially in England. See his ambitious attack on England with the undefeatable Spanish Armada. Well, it was undefeated before this attack on England.
The next destination on our vacation is the Age of Absolutism, from the year 1649 to 1686. Meet the embodiment of absolutism himself, Louis XIV, King of France.
Meet the man that controlled France with absolute power and spread his influence throughout Europe through his love of war. He made many allies as well as many enemies and brought France to be the most powerful country of the time.
The first main event of this period is the English Civil War. Come see the Parliament overthrow the king. See the creation of the Rump Parliament and participate in a super fun dance party where you can shake your rump with Rump Parliament. Doesn't that sound like fun? To start off the English Civil War, let's meet the man, the myth, the legend, the hypocrite, the terrible, Oliver Cromwell himself.
View Cromwell lead his army to victory against the king, and see his rise to power in England after the reign of Charles I was abruptly ended. See the creation of the Commonwealth, as he names himself Lord Protector of England.
The next activity in this period is that you can participate in the Scientific Revolution Science Fair. Come display your inventions next to the greatest minds of the period.
Let me tell you, I have a booth set up to display my invention of a plastic gripper that gets butter out of a toaster. Oh, and my invention of the toaster. Yeah, that's right, I invented the toaster. It might not be true, but who's going to take the time to prove that? But get this, I'm surrounded by Galileo Galilei on my right, and Sir Isaac Newton himself on my left. This is truly the mind-boggling activity, and it really gets you to think.
The next stop on our vacation is the Enlightenment period, from 1687 to 1788. This is the part of the vacation where we take a stop at the apple orchards. Here, you can fill a bag up with all the delicious apples that we have on display. And this is also where we can witness Sir Isaac Newton himself discovering gravity in a very strange way.
1.
The next activity in the Enlightenment period is that you get to meet the fire behind feminism itself, Mary Wollstonecraft.
This influential woman is the backbone of first-wave feminism, and through her works and ideals that women should have as much power as men, she's begun the feminist movement.
The second main event of this period is that we can see Diderot's encyclopedia being made. The creation of Diderot's encyclopedia was so important to this period, as it took ideas from every great mind and put them all into one place for easy access.
Meet John Locke, the most influential Enlightenment thinker of his time, father of liberalism himself. This man created the ideology of the fundamental natural rights of life, liberty, and property, and that all humans have the right to preserve their lives. Now, who wouldn't want to meet
The next
him?
station in this vacation is the Age of Revolutions, from 1789 to 1896. The first main event we have is the French Revolution. Come participate in the tennis court oath to start things off. Swear your loyalty to the National Assembly and join the Brotherhood. But just remember, this is all part of the vacation time fun.
I swear.
Come here. Oh, love you guys. Smooch me, smooch me, smooch me.
Experience the tension in the air when everyone found out the chamber doors to the meeting hall were locked. Join in on the storming of the Bastille and the killing of the guards. Women, I hope you brought your marching shoes, because this woman-only activity is surely an exciting one. All women come march in the March on Versailles, and make sure you don't eat anything before, because there will be a huge bread buffet after.
Now, in this newly added feature, in this time period, our friends at Nipper headquarters have decided to get you a little more involved with this activity. You not only get to watch the guillotine blade chop people's heads off, but you get to release the blade yourself. I know, how awesome! And you can even keep the head as a souvenir.
As we move towards the end of the French Revolution, let's meet the most influential man at the time, Maximilien Robespierre. This man had almost 40,000 people executed. Wow, that's a lot of people. Go up and shake his hand before we move on, but make sure you show absolutely no suspicion, or you might be on the next execution list. Good thing you got to meet Robespierre, because the last activity in the French Revolution is the execution of Robespierre himself. This next activity is personally my favorite in this whole vacation. You have the chance, no wait, you have the honor to meet Napoleon Bonaparte himself. Napoleon is the best military genius of his time, and arguably of all time. There is not one single military that can handle his genius on the battlefield, as well as his genius on the political field. With the army on his side, Napoleon quickly rose to power in France and was eventually even announced emperor. Napoleon won 52 battles using his military genius. 52. Wow. He created the Napoleonic Code in France, restructured the education system, created the Legion of Honor, and established France as one of the most powerful countries of the time. The only reason Napoleon did not control the entire continent of Europe was because of the devastating winter in Russia during the attempted invasion. And even after that, it took 7 nations to defeat him, and he still came back after that, to almost win the Battle of Waterloo, while he was sick with the flu. Napoleon is arguably the best military genius in history, and this is now your chance to meet him. The last activity in the Age of Revolutions is the Industrial Revolution. Come and see the advancements in agriculture first with the usage of the 3-field system. Witness the growth in production with the cotton gin and the sewing machine, and see arguably the best invention, the Bessemer method of quickly making steel out of iron, which led to the growth of factories, cities, countries, and eventually whole continents. And of course, we let you make your own steel creation and take it home as a little souvenir.
The next stop on the train of fun is the Age of Nationalism, from 1897 to 1933. The first big event in this period is the Russian Revolution.
You start off seeing a peaceful protest outside the Winter Palace shut down by Russian police. After World War I, a series of public protests, known as the February Revolution, happens, which led to the abolition of the Russian monarchy. Let's keep learning about the months of the year, with the next event being the October Revolution, where the Bolsheviks seize control of the government. The Russian Communist Party is created, and tensions begin to rise in the country. Meet the man in charge of the Prussian army, Otto von Bismarck. Bismarck is one of the most important figures leading to the First World War. With his military genius, he was able to begin and win several wars, most popular, the Franco-Prussian War, in order to establish Prussia's dominance and unify the German states into one country. And with a unified Germany, many problems were created.
Now let's have the roller coaster of fun take a sharp turn while we enter World War I. Dun dun dun! Yeah, that's right. And that last stuff has 22 H's. So it's kind of a big deal.
Starting off with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand by the Serbian terrorist group known as the Black Hand. And with this in mind, war was imminent, but first, we need to pick sides.
Who wants to be team captain?
I do.
Alright, Germany, you're over there. Alright, Britain, you're team captain too, over there. Alright. Rock, paper, scissors to see who gets first pick. Alright, Britain wins. I don't know what the heck that was, but it was rock, paper, scissors.
I want France.
Alright, France. Alright, Germany, who do you get?
Give me Austria, yeah. Russia. Come on. Duh. I guess we get Italy.
Yes, I'm so happy to be here.
Alright, let's get this game started. Now,
Actually, I don't want to play anymore.
Oh, come on, man.
Hey. You need a third?
Shut up.
alright, let's get this game started.
Here we can see the alliances set up and the beginning of the war. We can see Germany trying to take down France quickly to get rid of the two-front war. However, the fighting of World War I was mainly trench warfare. Trench warfare was extremely brutal. We can see each side charge and get completely mowed down. With the new implementation of machine guns, whole squads of troops could be taken down within seconds. So soon, the trench warfare turned into a stalemate, and the only possible way to win was to outflank the opponent. So both sides started moving towards the coast in what we call the race to the sea. And this is where you have the option to participate in the super fun, super amazing Seafaring Derby. Race against your family and friends on the super fun break from the fighting. After a series of battles, such as the Battle of Verdun, millions of lives have been lost. However, the Central Powers were winning everything, and even Russia had to drop out and sign an armistice with Germany. However, during the Second Battle of the Marne, the war took a sharp turn that favored the Allied forces. With the help of American troops, of course, the Allied forces were able to defend against Germany's only offensive attack and launch their own counterattack in order to win the battle.
Wow, that was a really fun game of war.
You cheated because you brought America into it. And we all know they take steroids.
Hey, we still won.
We'll practice for next time.
There ain't gonna be a next time.
Yeah, whatever you say.
The next period is from 1934 through contemporary Europe. The first main event of this awesome vacation is World War II.
It all starts with Hitler becoming Chancellor of Germany, with his main goal being to unify all of the Germans and to get rid of any foreigners. We can see him quickly rise to power through the economic, political, and social problems Germany was facing after the Treaty of Versailles. He created the Schutzstaffel, or SS, as basically a group of his bodyguards, and we can see how violence turns into the only answer to fix Germany. Once Hitler invades Poland, World War II begins. Witness Hitler's blitzkrieg tactics. See how France and Britain are helpless against the Germans, which is shown in Dunkirk, when Britain's troops had to be evacuated by every vessel available, including civilian ones, and what was called Operation Dynamo. Here you can have a fun, nice night in the ocean with our super relaxing cruise ship. Come enjoy some delicious food while we watch Operation Dynamo take place. Afterwards, we can see France sign an armistice after being completely devastated by the German force. Come join us on our super fun day at the beach. You can go swimming, build sandcastles, or just lay around and get a nice tan. Enjoy your day in the sun while you learn about D-Day on the beaches of Normandy. D-Day is known for being one of the largest amphibious offensives ever, and it is also known for being the beginning of the end of World War II. This is because the Allies defeated the German forces and liberated Paris. As the Soviets reached Berlin in 1945, let's meet the man in charge of Germany, Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler, most popularly known for his epic rap battles against Darth Vader, was a fantastic leader. He knew how to tell people what to do, and he could do it well, so he quickly rose to power in Germany. He was one of the most powerful dictators in the 20th century, and he controlled the country of Germany. He knew how to relate to the people and gain their support, and Hitler committed suicide in the Berlin bunker to escape capture by Soviet troops. Before we reach the end of World War II, let me introduce you to the newly added activity in this period, the Holocaust exhibit. Our scientists at Nipper Incorporated have discovered a way to control dreams, so you are sent to a concentration camp where you are put into a gas chamber and put to sleep using sleeping gas, where we control your dreams to show you a realistic experience of a Jewish person during the Holocaust. You can witness a Jew running from the Gestapo, hiding in secret rooms, being captured and sent to a camp, and working for Germany as a slave. Witness the brutality of the German officers that occupy the camps and the awful living conditions you were put in. After this eye-opening experience, we continue with the end of World War II. Finally, we reach the last event in World War II, the dropping of the atomic bombs. Let me tell you, this really is an explosion of fun, as you can spend a fun day in the nuclear amusement park. Have fun at our Atomic Swirl roller coaster. Enjoy our radiation raspberry flavored slushies. And just have an amazing time with this fun day, ending with the atomic bomb fireworks. Imitating the atomic bombs dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki to make Japan surrender in World War II, ending the war completely. And now, the last bit of our epic vacation, the Cold War. Join in on the fun in our 400-meter arm race, where you can only run on your hands. This is truly a hilarious experience, as participants are falling left and right, and just looking plain stupid out there. Also participate in our Lego building competition, where you will go head-to-head with others, building the best creations you can, using your own creativity. This is to show what the arms race looked like during the Cold War. Finally, we all start to calm down for our last night of the vacation. Here, everyone stops the horseplaying, the roughhousing, and just calms down. I mean, after all of this fun, we all need some rest. In Europe, we can see both sides of the Cold War laying down their arms, limiting the militarism, and bringing the tension to an end. We can see peaceful revolutions in many countries to get rid of communism. And then we all go to bed in preparation of the last day. Now, what you can expect is truly the best event. It is jam-packed with loads of fun. On the last day, you get to enjoy the best party you will ever experience. Witness the tearing down of the Berlin Wall, and have fun all day at the wall party. Listen to the greatest musician of all time, David Hasselhoff, play for you. Taste amazing food, especially the ice cream. Have a Cold War in your mouth with our 300 different original ice cream flavors. And just enjoy yourself at the final yee-haw of this vacation.
I hope you enjoyed that sneak peek of our awesome Tour Through the Humanities vacation package. Now, I am about to give you an offer you cannot refuse. This package is not $99.99, no, not $79.99, but $300,000,099. In order to purchase this limited time deal, please call 1-800-No-This-Is-Not-A-Scam.com. Oh, we'll also throw in a free euro if you call in the next 3 minutes. Remember, call 1-800-No-This-Is-Not-A-Scam.com. Remember, call 1-800-No-This-Is-Not-A-Scam.com in order to purchase this package. Well, that was a lot of fun. I'm so glad we got to embark on this journey together. But, unfortunately, this has to come to an end. So, this is Tick Nipper signing off for the final Nipper Incorporation's production ever. Thank you everyone for watching, and I wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors, especially you, Pierce. I'm still waiting on that world domination you plan on obtaining. Yes! I'm done! Yes! Finally!
This is what Christianity means.